I'm Bassini. I want to thank you for helping me organize this meeting here today. How did things ever get so far? I don't know. It was so unfortunate, so unnecessary. Dahlia lost a son. I lost a son. We're quits. And if Natalia agrees, then I'm willing to let things go on the way they were before.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another day of Mafia on Pulsechain, the ultimate play to earn, and of course also on BNB chain as well. Get in there, folks, on the, I've got a poll running at the moment, so get in on that, and of course, let's see what we've got there. Are you playing this epic Mafia game on Pulsechain and or BNB? Check it out. Of course, this is from the world's best peer-to-peer DeFi game, developer in the world, which is Jacob, running on Pulsechain and BNB. So big shout out to him. We've got 4 options here. Yes, playing on Pulsechain. Let's go. Yes, playing on BNB. Bam, bam. And, of course, yes, playing on both chains. Moon time. And, of course, thinking about playing. Dun, dun, dun. So get in those polls, folks. And we'll check that out when we get up to Mafia. Now, we're going to do the usual coverage of the markets in the first half of the live stream. And then in the second half, we're going to get to Mafia and cover that in full. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So look forward to that. And yeah, the market's probably going to be a bit of a race through, but we've got lots of cool updates on the market. So something new, we've got a couple of new items to talk about. So I hope you guys get some real insight about the general markets as well as Pulsechain, obviously. We've also got, if you're new to Mafia, you haven't played, we've got the link at the top there pinned to the top of the chat. That's pulsemafia.io. You can play on Pulsechain and BNB just by switching up at the toggle. There's a toggle box. We'll talk about that a bit later. But you can join up. Only 2,000 Mafia on each chain. Different prices on each chain, so it will cost you only a couple of dollars at most. Check it out to start playing this awesome game. It's a play to earn, of course, and we're going to cover that later on. So you're going to be able to earn crypto while you play, which is pretty cool. And, of course, I do strongly suggest you get into a family. Obviously, we co-host the Syndicate, the #1 family on Pulsechain, #2 on BNB at the moment. Yeah, we're pretty open-minded for new players, which is pretty neat. We might have the Don himself appear in the chat there somewhere. So definitely a good place to catch up on. In fact, I might actually let's leave a little invite for the Don later on. If the Don is listening, he can join in on the show later on. So yeah, let me just set that up quickly. This is sort of just happening on the go. And yeah, let's see whether the Don or the Syndicate himself, the most feared Don of all the Dons. And of course, let's see whether he joins us later on for the show. So yeah, that's going to be fun. Let's see there, bam, and I've got to add a few contacts here. All right, so that's coming up. Let's say 15 minutes or something like that. That sounds pretty good. All right, that's kind of cool. Let's get into it, folks. So who else has jumped in the chat there? Yep, we've got the link there to the top. You can join up to Mafia. We're going to talk about that in the second half of the live stream. We've got Wookie in the house there. Wookie likes them both, but playing on Mafia on Pulsechain and BNB. We've got Creepy Coin as well. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you, Creepy Coin. It's been a little while. Good to see you in the chat, though. KS3, morning, Superman, AKS3. Good to see you, too. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Agent Hex as well. Yo, 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 Superman. Yo, yo, everybody. And definitely smash the likes as well. Agent Hex says some wise words there. Now, if you haven't, we're streaming to 3 YouTube channels at the moment. Hex Token channel, Superman Crypto channel, Pulsechain X channel, to over 10,500 subscribers. We're getting a bit of growth on at the moment too. So if you're new to the channel, join up. We got the subscribe button. Smash that right now as you're watching, and of course hit the like button. And if you're, enjoy the content of this channel, we cover general crypto, we cover Pulsechain, we cover cool games like MAFIA, and cool other opportunities like potentially big 100x projects like Dog on Runestone, and of course on Runes protocol. So there's cool stuff like that in the house. So definitely give it a share as well. And of course, if you haven't joined our Discord, the link's in the video description. Join up today, only $5 a month. That's 16 cents a day, so well worth joining up. So get on that too. We've got Crypto Furio in the house there from the syndicate. Big shout out to you. Hello, everybody. Good to see Crypto Furio. And of course, we've got the Don, Archie the Don there. Hi, all. Good to see you, Archie. I have sent you out a link for later on in the show. Once we get up to the MAFIA section, if you want to jump in, feel free. And we might see the Don of the syndicate. The syndicate is a rolling mob deep, says Archie. Absolutely. So get in there. So we might have a surprise later in the show once we get up to the MAFIA section and see whether the Don is able to jump in or not. We'll see. All right, let's get into it, folks. We've got lots to talk about. We're going to start off with the stock market. So let's do that. And yeah, thanks very much, Lives Beneath. That is the link to the Discord if you guys want to join up today. So go for it. All right, let's do it. Let's get into the news today. We had obviously the stock market there has been absolutely on a tear, breaking records on the S&P, etc. And the S&P 500 holds on to record run with fresh all-time closing high. How about that? Just keeps doing it every day, making records. So we've got the Dow Jones at the moment just down slightly, 52 points, down to 39,291. But the S&P 500, which has been breaking records, is just up slightly, 4 points to 5,576. The NASDAQ is up slightly as well, 27 points to 18,430. The US dollar is stable around 104.8 on the index. Looking at commodities, we got West Texas at the moment, $81.67. Brent oil, $84.86 for a barrel. Bit of mixed result there. Gold at the moment is up $3.45 to $2,371. And silver is just up slightly at $31.06. So that's pretty much the markets in summary at the moment. We did have Powell give some talk here. So the Powell, Chairman Powell from the Federal Reserve says the labor market is cooling, and we've seen evidence of that recently. He flags risks of keeping rates too high for too long. So there are risks of overshooting. That's typically what central banks do. They overshoot by holding up the interest rates too high for too long. In the sign that the Federal Reserve continues to believe that its policy measures are slowing the economy, Powell said that the economy was no longer overheated. So that's good news, folks. That's going to help us with the crypto market in the future. As the job market tightness nearly eased to pre-pandemic levels. The Fed chairman also said that good data in the coming months would boost chances of interest rate cut. So that's bullish, and flagged the risk of keeping rates too high for too long. So this is a really good mindset that we're seeing from the Federal Reserve here. It's going to be bullish for crypto later in the year, and particularly from October onwards. It's got to be hot for crypto, and that might be that beginning of that hyper bull run that we're looking for. October is looking good in my view for that. The remarks boosted investors' bets on the September rate cut just ahead of inflation data later this week. So we've got that CPR data coming up, and of course we're looking for rate cut as early as September. If it's not September, it's going to be November, and that's good too. But September will really set us up nicely. September is normally the worst for crypto, and so typically it would be nice to see that lead us into a positive setting for October onwards, and then we can all start making some mad crypto gains. The CPI index data for June, which is due on Thursday. So currently, obviously, this is Tuesday's results for the stock market. So that's coming up, is set to offer more clues, I guess, on the path of inflation. The Fed has repeatedly signaled that it needs more confidence that inflation is easing before it can begin cutting rates. So obviously, everything's kind of heading in the right direction. So fingers crossed. We've got about 72% of the market expecting a rate cut by September of 25 basis points. So we're currently at 5.25 to 5.5 on the federal funds rate. So that would just bring it down slightly. But that would begin the pivoting, which we'll see how that slope looks, whether it's aggressive over the a shorter period, or is it's going to be a longer period of time as that rates are pulled down. So that's pretty much it for the stock market. Let's get into crypto. Crypto at the moment is green again. So it was green yesterday, green again today. Was it green yesterday? Yeah, it was green. I think it was green yesterday. And of course, we've got $57,963. We're up 2.19% at the moment on BTC. Ethereum at the moment is looking at Ethereum is looking at $3,063. It's good that it's over 3K, up 1.44%. Everything is pretty much green. What else can we say? We've got Arbitrum there is up 6.4% at 71 cents, so that's kind of good. What else? Matic is slightly down, so I said everything. Matic is just slightly down at the moment, 50 cents, just down almost 0.25%. Everything else looking pretty hot though at the moment, so looking good. Now the big news, we're going to talk about ADA today. I haven't talked about ADA for a while, but we've got the ADA fork coming up, the Chang fork. So we're going to talk about that. Of course, Michael Hodgkinson there. And at the moment, that is up 2% at 37 cents. Now, this may be a good tip-off for you guys to consider picking this up. So we'll talk about that when we get to ADA. ADA definitely on the menu there, potentially for a big run leading up to the fork. We shall see. It's happened before. It's not guaranteed, but you know, we were getting some good news, especially with Ethereum. If we get some good news around Ethereum ETF, then the ADA fork could be really bullish too. So let's have a quick look at Bitcoin on a closer look. So Bitcoin at the moment is touching the 200-day moving average. Look at that. So big shout out to Brennan in this chat in the Discord yesterday, talking about the 200-day moving average. We're currently at $58,186, and of course we're just at that at the moment at the top of this move. So fingers crossed we can get over that. We also need to really get over 60,000 to 61. That's kind of the zone there. We really want to get up to that level, and that would be us well above the 200-day, and that would be very bullish. Now, what we have seen is the Germans government has been selling. They had about 50,000 BTC, I think it was. I think they're down to about 23,000 now. So that's kind of where they are at the moment. And of course, they did some obviously selling, and of course, the market's absorbing that. So it's been quite good from that point of view with the German government, and that's getting redistributed that Bitcoin, right? That's kind of the way it works. Obviously, selling to other people, and the market's actually holding up pretty well there at the moment. So not too bad at the moment. And of course, we've still got the Mt. Gox thing sort of maybe dribbling out. We will see where that goes. But in any case, that's kind of where we are at the moment. So let's see. We're certainly on an update for Bitcoin. That moves us to Ethereum, which is kind of the bigger mover at the moment because we've got the Ethereum ETF expected launch. And I got some updates from that from Balkahunas, one of the two Bloomberg analysts that we follow. And so let's see what he's got to say. Well, he's got here, someone asked him, why no fee? It means another round of filings next week. Well, we've seen all the filings have gone into the SEC finally. And of course, Eric responds to this saying, because the SEC has asked for the S1s on July the 8th, but told issuers the fee wasn't net yet. Well, obviously they've put all their forms in. They now will give, the SEC will give guidance back to issuers soon, along with the game plan. In other words, for, proving them pretty much. Then the docs will come back with fees, and every other blank full of it, and then it will be go time. Basically, have to fill up the form, and it will be go time after that. Then we got another reply to that was we don't have a new over or under launch date yet. So we're still picking this month, right? And potentially it could happen this, I guess, maybe this week or next week because we haven't heard what the SEC's game plan is. Hope to hear soon. But if you're forced a gun to his head, then his best guess was that it would be July the 18th. So that is kind of the next pin there. So we're going to move our timeline here to the 18th. And that is where we are at the moment. So that'll be next week, probably mid next week, is it? Or towards the end of next week. That is when we're expecting the ETF. So that's the latest and greatest there from Balkahunas, one of the two top Bloomberg analysts on the topic of ETFs. So they're kind of specialists in that zone. And they've been pretty accurate. They've been pretty damn accurate, actually. So really good stuff from them. So that is kind of what's happening with Ethereum at the moment. The 200-day moving average is at 3,085. We're currently at 3,062, so we're just under about $20. And of course, everything is looking pretty good. Now we do have a bit of convergence here, but we have had a bit of convergence here back here in May, and we had a bit of convergence here between the 50-day and the 200. So fingers crossed with this good news ahead of us that we'll be able to go up and to the right. That's kind of the move there. So this is the bullish news. We may have the Germans government selling on the Bitcoin and the sort of the Mt. Gox overhang on Bitcoin, but on Ethereum, we have the positive news around the Ethereum ETF ahead of us. So fingers crossed, everything's kind of looking good. Like I say, they did get their forms in last week, and they might get some new ones with the fees ahead of us. So fingers crossed there. All right, so that's pretty much it on that. I'm going to move this over here now because we've got another topic. We're going to get into ADA, which is the new topic. Before I get into this, though, let's see if anyone else has jumped in the chat as well. We've got Brian in the house there, one of our community leaders. Big shout out to you, Brian, in the Discord. And we got Ramon, a sup family. Good to see you, Ramon. Hope you're doing well also. Agent Hex says, only 6 likes, but 15 watching. Come on, peeps. Yeah, definitely smash the likes. We've actually got more watching. You can't see it, but they're on the other channels, Agent Hex. But yeah, kind of cool. All right, Brennan says the Germans are coming. Yeah, the Germans are going to have their own problems, right? The Germans got their own problems. Basically, like most of the countries in the West, they're wrecking their countries. But it's another one. All right, so that is kind of where we are at the moment. We've got Cardano. So let's talk about Cardano. And we haven't talked about this for a long time, I think. But Cardano there is got a it's got a death cross on it, right? So it's got the 50-day moving below the 200-day, so it's already in pretty bad state. Unlike Bitcoin and Ethereum, not doing too hot, right? So all the way back in here in March, it was up at 81 cents. Now it is bottomed out down here at about 31 cents. It's currently at 37 cents. So it really needs some love. Now, we're going to put this in live time, but we're expecting the 15th or 16th. So let's zoom in on that a bit. Probably Monday, Tuesday. Let's do Tuesday. Actually, let me put in a ban. I'll just leave it here on Monday. Let's do Monday. So Monday here, we're expecting what happened there? That's not what I want. I want a text box. Let's put a text box in here. We're expecting the Chang fork. And that's going to have a number of implications for ADA. And some people are talking about a big move higher here. So we haven't got many days for it, but we could see a weekend rally, end of week rally into the weekend for next week. So that's a chain for. I think it's actually got an E in it. Actually, I think it's got an E in it. We'll leave it there. I think it's actually just a G. Let's see. Anyway, so we got some updates about that. Cardano has been struggling to recover from its recent bearish downturn, and we can see that with the death cross here. It is definitely bearish there. Downturn with its price continuing to set new lows. However, Cody Buffington, host of the Altcoin Buzz crypto YouTube channel, believes the upcoming Chang hard fork could initiate a massive 130 price surge, so 130% price surge this month. Buffington points out that ADA experienced a similar price jump before its previous hard fork in 2021. Obviously, history can rhyme, but often doesn't repeat in such a way. Increasing by, except for wars seem to keep coming around all the time, increasing by 130% from $1.35 to $3.10. Obviously, we're down at 37 cents now in the current context. This historic trend suggests that upcoming Chang hard fork could have a similar impact on the cryptocurrency price. And then again, it might not, but it's definitely an opportunity. The Chang, I think, is a pretty good opportunity given where the price is at the moment as well. We might have a look at the weekly just to give us a long-term view. The Chang hard fork scheduled for this month will mark a significant milestone in Cardano's development roadmap, ushering in the Voltaire era. So there we are. That's moving into the new era for ADA. This era will introduce a voting and treasury system. So there's some of the upgrades. Voting and treasury system, empowering network participants to shape the network's future through their stake and voting rights. So it's power back to the people, right, on the ADA network. With the Cardano team aiming to achieve true decentralization, and of course that's what we love on Pulsechain, right, is true DeFi. We are a beacon of light in the DeFi world for that. And of course, Richard Hart was really the game changer for that with Uniswap and of course Hex ecosystem, making that popular for DeFi, really ushering in the DeFi era. Richard Hart had a big role in that. The Voltaire era will introduce a new feature that allows network participants to submit proposals for improving the network. Stakeholders can then vote on these proposals through the existing staking process. Cardano founder Charles Hutchinson has hailed the Chang hard fork as the most significant milestone in the network's history. With the Chang hard fork on the horizon, analyst Buffington believes that this upgrade could be the spark that sets off a price surge, suggesting that now may be the perfect time to buy Cardano. There we go. And the chart definitely looks attractive for that. That press time data was trading at 37 cents, which is about where it is now, reflecting a 6% uptick in the last 24 hours. If history repeats itself, Cardano price surge by 130% from its current value could potentially reach around 85 cents. That's kind of back to where it was in March. Notably, this price level would mark a new yearly high for ADA, surpassing the 80 cents in March there. So there we go. That is a potential opportunity there and probably tip of the day as well. And even if it doesn't make 80 cents, you could certainly do a nice little run here. And it has a resistance in this zone here. So resistance in the, I guess, between 43 and 46. So we'll see whether it can blast through that, even if it only gets up to that resistance zone. You know, at the bottom of the zone, that's a 70% gain. The top of the zone is a 34% gain. If it managed to get anywhere through the next resistance zone, that's a 67%, up at 62 cents. And then, of course, if it managed to get back to March numbers, that's 110% gain, maybe 115%, given the fact it's already risen a little bit there. So that is ADA. Hope you guys enjoyed that coverage. That leads us into Pulsechain and Richard Hart and the SEC. We had this on our video yesterday, but of course we never got to it. So we're going to cover that in a second. But we have got some news around Richard Hart and the SEC, which we got from Richard Hart himself yesterday. So we're going to talk about that. Agent Hex says, the Germans, ja, das ist German. Guten Tagen, guten Morgen, guten Abend. Something like that. We got DG in house there. Yo, family. Good to see you, DG and Hexkin. Welcome. All right, let's get back into it. We're going to get into Pulsechain as we get closer to covering MAFIA, the ultimate play to earn game. And of course, get in there on the poll. We've got a poll going at the moment. Are you playing this epic MAFIA game on Pulsechain and or BNB? Yes, playing on Pulsechain. Let's go. Yes, playing on BNB. Bam. Yes, playing on both chains. Moon. And of course, thinking about playing. So get in there on that poll. We've got 15 votes so far. Get in there. And we're going to check that out later in the live stream. We may even, if we're lucky, have the Don of the Syndicate join us, which would be pretty badass. All right, let's get into it. We're going to bam. Let me go here. And yeah, we got this from Richard Hart yesterday. The SEC has presented its opposition to the motion to dismiss case, number 123. And of course, my lawyers have it, he says. It's not visible in the docket currently as per the court rules. So we checked out courtlistener.com, which is where we've been getting the updates. And we can see that there was no, it hasn't been published on here. And so we've got all the rest of the published, public documents. But of course, we don't have that update there. And even if we refresh it, I don't think it's going to change. So there we go. So that is the latest from the SEC versus Richard Hart. We saw a big Pulsex whales sell out yesterday. I don't know whether that was because of the SEC overhang at the moment, given the fact that it's kind of contemporary news. But the SEC has presented its opposition to the motion of dismiss case. His lawyers have it. Remember, his lawyers are the dream team of lawyers. He's got some of the top in the United States. And, of course, one of them is Elon Musk lawyers as well. So, I mean, he's got the dream team. So if anyone's going to be able to push this forward with the motion to dismiss, it will be Richard Hart's lawyers. It's not visible in the docket, currently in the court rules. And, of course, he says, I'm not a lawyer or professional of any kind, and this is not advice of any kind. So there we go. At the time of posting, which I got this about an hour ago, it had 112,000 views on the 112,000 views on it. So that's the latest there from Richard Hart. We'll keep you updated as much as we can with that. Now, you guys know that from a month after this, in August, Richard Hart's dream team has to respond to the SEC's position. So we don't know what that is at this stage. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there, and we'll try and get the information out. That leads us into Pulsechain, day 224. And we actually got a little bit of green, just a little bit of green today on the old Pulsechain for day 424. And we got Pulse at the moment at 400,395, up 1.2%, which is 40% of the mean sacrifice price. We've got Pulsex at the moment at 400,186. That is down just slightly, just under 0.4%. The buy and burn note, this keeps going. 915.3 billion Pulsex bought up and burned. 4.52% of the public supply is gone forever. The incentive token at the moment, $1.98. That is up 0.4%. So obviously the ratio to Pulse has gone down slightly from yesterday. I think we're at 50,800. We're sitting in just below 50,300 at the moment per one incentive token. The amount of incentive token in existence is 35,477. So 35,477,000 is where we are with the supply. And of course, they're emitted from the V1 Pulsex farms. That's how they come about. The Hex at the moment, which is kind of been the best one to pick up in terms of discount. Hex on Pulsechain at 0.45 of a penny is up actually 0.7%. So that's actually the second best performer today. So it's good news for Hex. EHEX at the moment, 1,300 of a penny. Combined price EHEX and PX is at 5,900 of a penny. So what an absolute steal at the moment to pick up Hex on the old Pulsechain and Ethereum. So not bad there. That's day 424. We're going to quickly look at the gas prices. Pretty cheap on Pulsechain at the moment, 200,000 beats and 3/10 of a penny for a Pulsechain swap. So it is a wonderful place to do business. It's excellent for the MAFIA game, right? Because you can do all these transactions. You don't even care about it, right? So 200th of a penny for a Pulse coin transfer, 500th of a penny for a PRC twin transfer. Just a wonderful environment to do transactions. And of course, you got to remember, Pulsechain is a system state fork of Ethereum. It's got all the smart contracts. It really is battle hardened like Ethereum. It is wonderful. It's a layer 1. You don't have a lot of the risk that you have in layer 2. It is so good. So great place for Pulsechain to grow. It is all that, as I said put this out in a Twitter post or an X post. I said, Pulsechain is what you need, but MAFIA is what you want, with the big MAFIA prize over $200,000 on MAFIA. So we'll talk about that again later on too. Pretty awesome in the prize pool. Let's have a look at the validators. The validators at the moment, 48,404. We're sitting at 1.55 trillion in the validators. And like I say, at the moment with Pulsechain down at 40% of the mean sacrifice price, you can pick up 32 million Pulse relatively cheaply and start, if you want a really conservative strategy, you can start being a validator today and then just earn passive Pulse. And then when the price rebounds, as we all expect in the future, you could get that return. So that's kind of the play there. Validatorstore.com. Check it out if you want to do that with preloaded hardware and stuff like that. Moving to the bridge. I've actually got a picture of the bridge here. So from yesterday, let me have a look here. I just thought I'd take a picture yesterday to see how it changed. And we can see that we had the bridge with the DAI. So DAI is only down 20,000 from yesterday. We're sitting at 95 million, and 95 million is up from yesterday. I think we were at 94.2 or something like that. So that's kind of cool. Our ETH value yesterday was 25,900,000. We're sitting at 25,726 at the moment. USDC is pretty similar, I think. USDC is down slightly, actually, about 100,000 or so. And USD Tether is pretty similar to yesterday. Hex at the moment is actually up slightly, up about 10,000. And of course, the Coast there is pretty similar to yesterday. Bitcoin at the moment is just up slightly from yesterday. So I must have had a pretty similar result yesterday, but those are kind of the numbers on the bridge, the health check there. All right, that is that. So that's the results. Let's get into some of the charts for Pulsechain. We can see here on Pulse, pretty much we're at the support line here. So not too much to say that. The RSI is bounced out of the oversold period here at the moment. If we go to the weekly, we can also see Pulsechain at the moment also bouncing, skidding down the bottom here. So we're in a wonderful location to accumulate Pulse at the moment. Maybe the next 2 weeks as well. It could be pretty good there. So that's kind of where we are on Pulse. PulseX, of course, has been the relatively better player because it's got a relatively higher low. But we have really tested it today. We've come back into the top of the zone that I talked about, said 17 to 1800. We are just above that at 1865. The RSI is better than Pulse, though, 37. We had a big account sell out yesterday, maybe due to the SEC thing, hard to tell. We saw that sell live in the Discord when it happened. And of course, let's go to the weekly at the moment. The weekly is looking not too bad. We got the RSI there at 37 at the moment, really testing that 1800 mark. But so far, so good. So that's kind of where we are at the moment. Good pickup for PulseX as well. And of course, the incentive token there is looking relatively good. Obviously, weakened off the last couple of days, but the ratio is still, look at that, still within our trading zone. Look at that. And this is weekly candles, so it's just been going and going and going. So incentive token looking really, really good. PHEX, of course, being the weaker of all of them, but a second best performer today. Is now at 1%, as you can see, in the 24 hours. And of course, well, look at this. I mean, it's just a no-brainer. A beautiful place to pick up. Hex at the moment, 4,500th of a penny. RSI here on the weekly down to 35. Looking at the daily on Hex on Pulsechain, we've been bouncing in, just like Pulse did, bouncing in the oversold territory. So it is a pretty good place to pick up. And as we've said in the past, when it's reached down this point in the past, it's had a rally or to move out of it. So you can see that every time it gets the RSI to the oversold, and it's back there again. So fingers crossed. And the fact that it's down even further, the rally could be quite aggressive. So there we go. There's another tip of the day. ADA and now Hex on Pulse. How about that? Not bad. And of course, let's go to EHEX here. EHEX here, also a nice little accumulation zone as well there on the weekly and on the daily. is actually way stronger than PX. So PX got to be the tip of the day there, but EHEX looking nice as well. All right, that is pretty much it. We're going to be starting day 425. We just started day 425 on Pulsechain. That's pretty much how we rock and roll. Quickly going through the rest of the markets, Hex derivatives. Well, we've got some green shoots here. COSA is up 8.6%. Maximus is up 6.25%. Decky is up 2.76%. These are the Hex mining pools created by Dipcatch and Goldkey. So they're doing pretty well. We've got the stable coins. We've got a bit of green movement here on PDI at just under a quarter of a penny. USDC and USD Tether following behind. LUSD is negative 3.5% despite the burning going well there, over 4% burning. That's kind of it on those ones. And let's see here. We have got a new stable coin apparently is getting bootstrapped at the moment. I'm not covering it that much, but we might check it out if it gets on the list here in a minute. So then we'll have another stable coin inside that list launching on Pulsechain. Let's see here. We've got at the moment on the influencer coins, we have, let's go to influencer coins at the moment. Randy Olasky. Now, Randy Olasky was the only one that really performed well yesterday on the influencer coins on Pulsechain. And today it is up very good today, 20.5% at the moment, back up at 28 hundredths of a penny. So big shout out to Randy Olasky. Let's have a quick look at this chart. And that's looking pretty good, isn't it? Isn't that great? That's definitely, I don't know, this seems like one of the better charts on Pulsechain. It's the old Randy Olasky's note token. And of course, if you haven't checked out his no permissions, that's his kind of supporter slash market group. And of course, I think it's probably the biggest or second biggest out there at the moment. So big shout out to him on that one. That is note token on Pulsechain. It's almost, that's a great chart in the context of where we've been on Pulsechain. Kind of cool. SolidX is the next up 6%. That's Randy's whale friend. So SolidX up 66% there at $28. Axis Alive, the big influencer TA guy, 3.8%. And Steve Hitchkin, Scuba Steve, they're up 3.3%. Those kind of the big movers at the moment. The big loser today is Ben Armstrong's bromance between Richard Hart and himself. That's down 4.7% at the moment on that one. So let's do the summary of Pulsechain before we get into MAFIA. We're just about there. Let's get to it. Let's go to Pulsechain overall. We got 9.3 million in volume on trending. We got top volume. We got it at 8.6 million. So let's go back to trending there, see what else is moving well. Like I say, note token from Randy Olasky is dominating Pulsechain today. BFF, which has been doing quite well over the last couple of days too, if I remember rightly, is up 17.6%. A loan token, we've got a utility token, thank goodness. That's up in the mix, 9.66%. We've got Peach there, meme coin, isn't it? 6.8%. SolidX, we talked about. Launch, of course, another utility, up 6% as well. We're looking forward to some launch of new projects on there once they eventually happen, I guess. Leonidas as well is up there, 4.4%. That is some of the greens, but we have quite a few others in the slight green as well, up a couple of percentage points as well. So 9.3 million in volume, 212,000 transactions at the moment. And that is the play, which leads us into MAFIA. I guess we're going to talk about MAFIA. Is that the next thing we're doing? I think it is. So let's talk about that in a minute. Before we do, though, let's check the chat one more time. Check the chat one more time. That and us. All right. Who else has jumped in here? A big welcome back to Sandy Beach. She's been on her road trip, 6 weeks is it? She's back today. Nice to see her, and she's going to post some photos inside the Discord in the non-crypto chat. So look forward to that coming up maybe today even. We shall see. What else there? Let's jump back here. The like button looks like a thumbs up. So just so all you know, yeah, give it a big smash. The like button, a big smash. Aussie Stone says, "G'day family, buying the MAFIA dip." Nice one, Aussie Stone. That's some smart buying there. Aussie Stone says, "Flat out like a lizard drinking," says Aussie Stone. What else there? We got Craig Pittenhouse there. Good to see Craig. Morning all. Big shout out. Stole a Douglas off market last night. Have one on each family now. We'll be cruising the skies family. Yeah, you need a Douglas airplane for to jump from one continent to another. So they're going to be pretty important. We could tell you a bit more about that, but I'm not allowed to because it's intel. It's secret intel. I can't talk about secret intel. Yummy dip, says Agent Hex there. Yeah, we're going to check it out in a minute. All right, so we get into it, folks. We're going to get into MAFIA, the ultimate play to earn game on Pulsechain and BNB. Get into the poll. We got the poll running at the moment. We might end that shortly. So let's see if we can get to 20 votes. We're on 18 at the moment. So get in there and vote. Are you playing this epic Mafia game on Pulsechain and or BNB? Yes, playing on Pulsechain. Let's go. Yes, playing on BNB. Bam, bam. Yes, playing on both chains. So Pulsechain and BNB. Moontime there. Or thinking about playing. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so there we go. Like I say, we are co-hosting the syndicate here on the Discord along with the main channel on Telegram. But you can join up to that. We're pretty open-minded. We are number 1 on Pulsechain and number 2 on BNB for the time being. But you want to join a leading team. We are the most feared team, the syndicate, the most feared team out there. Our Don is a crazy Don. He's awesome. And of course, he is also very generous as well. So pretty cool. Now to join the syndicate, of course, is it's $100 to join. And I think in MAFIA tokens, I think it is. You need to apply those. So it's not, you don't just get in straight away. You have to apply and go through the application process. But $100, you get the benefits though of both chains. Since we're on both chains, dominating, you get the benefit of both chains, Pulsechain and BNB. So the rewards could be quite nice as well. So that's the play to earn them. I don't know if we've got somebody in there to add in our application site on Telegram, but you can hit us up in Discord, hit up Archie in Discord if you want to join them through there. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, you got to like the guns. You got to like the guns. I mean, you got to have the guns. That's just the way it goes. That's the syndicate gunning down its enemies. That's pretty much it. It's better to be our friend than our enemy. That's all I can say. All right, let's get into Jacob's ecosystem. And we're going to pull out the MAFIA charts here. Let's go. We're going to do BNB and MAFIA there. Let's pull that up. And we can see where's the price at the moment on the old MAFIA on Pulsechain. Well, the price is at the moment at just under 1/1200th of a penny at the moment. So a really good opportunity to pull in here right here. Now, I love the wonderful tokenomics on Pulsechain and BNB with MAFIA because there's a 4.7% buy tax. So you need a 5% slippage when you buy MAFIA, but there's a 16.6% sell tax when you sell and you 20% slippage. That feeds the vault. Not only does it feed the vault, but the vault then sells it into the market and it puts the Pulse or the BNB into the vaults, depending on which chain you're on. But the cool thing about that is it also means that new players come in and they can get often a cheaper price, unless, of course, there's so many new players that pushes the price up. That's one offset there, but in any case, it allows you to get into the game a nice and a cheaper. So I love that new entrant thing about this game. The other one, of course, we're also on BNB. And that price at the moment is currently at 0003219, and it is down 12.4% at the moment. So really, really good entry into the BNB chain at the moment. And of course, they both have different backgrounds because the MAFIA on Pulsechain is from TYCZ ecosystem, and the MAFIA on BNB is from the TYCZ Sacrifice. So they're very different kind of token allocations. They both only got 1 billion supply. 800 million were both given out to both Pulsechain holders of TRH and, of course, TYCZ holders on BNB chain. And so they have different indications there. They both have different market caps as well. Market cap on Pulsechain is 1.1 million at the moment. The top market cap was 2.5 at the top. The market cap at the moment on BNB is 321,000. And I can't actually remember what the top was. Let's have a quick look. It would have been at the beginning sometime, no doubt. Let's go to the daily. And the market cap got up to 1.77 million on BNB. So that was pretty interesting. All right. That is kind of the charts at the moment. If you want to pick up MAFIA, I'm going to get this out of the road because I want to talk about the game itself. DG Hex says, just when I thought I had enough PLSX, it dips and I buy, says DG Hexkin. That's some good moves there. So you can buy MAFIA on a PLS chain. And bam, that's it there. So if you want to buy some MAFIA on there, you're going to need 2,000 MAFIA at least to play the game, which is not. It's only like a couple of dollars. So that's not too bad. But if you want to speculate or stake with the family, things like that, so it's well worth picking up more MAFIA. So that's the play there. If you want to pick up MAFIA on BNB, I'm going to post this as well, just like get this out of the way on the market stuff. So if you want to buy MAFIA on BNB. Now, buying on BNB, because the price is cheaper, you pick up so more. You can pick up 1 million MAFIA for quite low value. So it's really, you're still so early basically in the game. And like I said, the buy and sell tax mechanism allows new players to get in at pretty good prices, and I like that aspect too. All right, so that is it on a BNB. So if you want to pick up BNB, MAFIA, that one there, and you can pick up tons of it at the moment. So it's a good indicator to get in it. But I do strongly suggest join the syndicate and become part of the family. We've got Max Payne in the house there, the Capitasina for the syndicate. So big shout out to Max Payne, doing a great job over on Telegram. So if you do decide to join up to the Telegram, you'll probably end up meeting Max Payne or one of his foot soldiers. So we'll see. But yeah, feel free to post the link to the syndicate recruitment in the chat there, Max or Archie or somebody like that. So go for gold. All right, so that is pretty much it on the markets. Let's get into the game itself. So obviously Pulsechain is so amazing. It's a full system stake fork of Ethereum. It is battle tested. It's super cheap, super fast fees. It really is pretty good chain. It has a huge audience, of course, and up to 150 potential influencers that are streaming. Very well organized community on Pulsechain. And yeah, it works really well. So it's nice and cheap, nice and fast, big community, dedicated community. And of course, we see that that's really good to run GameFi, right? A lot of games that launch on other chains, that often, particularly through the bull markets, they're so expensive that the games die out. We've seen metaverses die out, GameFi die out, ROI protocols die out, all because the fees just get too expensive, and it just kills the game off. But here on Pulsechain, it's the perfect environment for a game like this. The other thing, of course, is that's what people need. They need good stuff like that on the chain, but they also have to want something, right? They have to want something. So MAFIA really is the game that you want, right? The game that you want, and it's a pay to earn. So not only do you have fun playing, but you can earn crypto on the way as well, especially if you position yourself well inside a family, or if you're particularly good at playing the game, right? So there are risks to the game, of course. If you get killed in the game, then there are risks to that, losing inventory and things like that. But if you're playing multiple player, you can have multiple players in the game. You can always have your backup players, things like that, and build up again. That's kind of the play there. But man, the prize pool is getting absolutely legit today. For the first time, of course, the game went over $200,000 in the vaults combined across both Pulsechain and BNB for the first time with the market volatility we've had. Imagine us getting on a price rally on Pulsechain and BNB. Maybe by October this year, it starts ramping up. It could happen earlier, but let's say from October, it could be really bullish. We've got the Ethereum ETFs next week, possibly. Things can really wrap up. Like I say, the ADA fork next week, it could be a bit better than we expect. September's often normally a down month for crypto. Q3 is often on the weaker quarter, so we do have a bit of that. But we are in a Bitcoin halving year, and typically, maybe 2-3 months after, we'd normally get a move. This year, of course, we've also got Mt. Gox sitting over, so we've got a couple of those variables in the market. But maybe by October, that all clears out, and with interest rate cuts in September, the US election, if Trump wins it, of course, he's pro-crypto, then game on, right? So we've got a really beautiful rally. And, of course, that's going to suit the MAFIA game amazing, because the vaults just will explode in value. You're talking about going from 200,000 to 500,000, and beyond. I mean, it could be really get insane, and you could be making some really good crypto money playing the game. So that is kind of the context for the play to earn. It's got strategy in it. It's got heaps of strategy in it. It's got role playing in it. So it's really got some cool game categories in this game. Really is cool like that. And of course, we've already got over 12, I think, influencers on Pulsechain covering it already. And we've also got, I think, 2 or 3, I think at least 3 that have covered it on BNB. So, it's got that early stage vibe going. And as the vault gets bigger and bigger and bigger, as the game dynamics get more revealed, we've got the map coming up soon. That's going to be absolutely awesome for the whole game. It's just going to slowly grow, especially if people are out there telling their friends. At the moment, of course, we've got 770 players on Pulsechain. We've got 17 crime families. We only had a new crime family added 2 days ago, so the families have been growing. And the vault itself, it just keeps going up and up all the way. So pretty cool there. 3.68 billion pulse on Pulsechain. So let's have a quick look at the numbers there. So we've got, let me just refresh this page. We've got $146,000, 3.68 billion billion Pulse there. I thought I was double reading there. Pulse at the moment. So some pretty big results there at the moment. Let's add that number up and let's see what the prize is. So if you're going to play to earn a game, right, on Pulsechain, you want there to be pretty awesome prizes. So let's see what that is looking like. Now, obviously, the vault's not the only way to earn money, but it is the biggest probably that we have in the game. There will be many other ways of earning money in the game, so you can add those monies together, right? So there'll be in-game currency to earn on promotions depending on your family and the generosity of your Don. Obviously, the Syndicate Don is very generous. So there's that to take into account. There's also buying and selling with the markets. So you can buy and sell with the markets. You can buy low, sell high. You got to get a good sense of the vibe of the market to do that successfully. There's crates, of course. You can buy crates at $20 to buy crates. You can pulse any of these currencies to buy crates. Keys, I should say. And with those keys, you can use them to win some crates, which are basically in-game assets, right? So you can win cash, bullets, health, shop items like guns, airplanes, and things like that. You've got MAFIA. You could win up to 5 million MAFIA, which is pretty insane. That's like, what, $7,000, $8,000 at the moment. We got OG NFTs as well, and more keys. You can win more keys, cars, and etc. Bodyguards, all sorts of stuff you can need in the game. Now, we're expecting a lot more things in the future, of course, through the game evolution. So that's going to be fun to see as well. All right, so that's kind of some stuff you can do. And, of course, the actual, where was it heading with that? We're actually going to jump over to the BNB side and add up how much money is in the vault on BNB. You can play on both chains. What you have to do, too, is toggle this here and swap over from your Pulsechain wallet to the BNB chain as well while you do that. So you can, it's really, really easy access to change the wallets. We can see over there we've got 856 players over on BNB, 16 crime families, so one less than on Pulsechain at the moment, and 110.78 BNB in the current vault at the moment. And like I say, you can earn money in-game by killing people with in-game currency. You can stake MAFIA to get in-game currency. Those will all be tradable. That's something that's coming up in the future, is swappable markets in-game. So this is all part of the rollout, it's pretty exciting. There are 11 phases before the game actually launches. We're currently in phase 5 plus, as I call it. So there's lots of phases ahead of us to get in there. We're expecting phase 6 to launch in about 2 to 3 weeks. That is a key stage because we're going to have the players map out. And of course, that's going to be very, very interesting. All the headquarters with all the different cities, with all the sectors in the cities, businesses in the cities, and of course, the continents, and of course, what bonuses might look like, things like that in terms of taking over the map, the world, as it were, by the MAFIA. So it's lots of cool stuff coming with that phase 6. So you're still so early, folks, and the vault's just getting bigger and bigger every day. So the vault at the moment on BNB, 110.78. We've also got 841,000 MAFIA in the Taxman. The Taxman's going to sell that MAFIA into the market here, and he's going to take that BNB and he's going to put it inside the vault, right? So he's going to put it inside the vault here. That's going to top that up. So we've got 57,000 at the moment on the BNB. Now, obviously, as BNB price rises, this will rise as well, right? So we're sitting at 203,000 US dollars now, both over Pulsechain and the BNB chain. So there is a lot to play for in the MAFIA game. Pretty cool. Like I say, when you make a player, you can connect your wallet and you can join up, and you can check your wallet, join up, and you can create a player. It will cost you 2,000 MAFIA, which is only a couple of dollars at most, and you can start playing the game and you can start buying stuff on the market. You can start buying inventory, guns, and things like that. So you can start doing that, and then also you can buy keys and try and win really cool game items as well. So you've got a couple options here to buy on the primary market and the secondary market to make yourself strong in the game. And then obviously I suggest after you make your player, you'll get assigned a random avatar. And once you get a random avatar, you will then be able to go and upgrade yourself to Player Plus. If you're going to upgrade to Player Plus, you will need an OG NFT, so you can buy one of those off the market at the moment. I see some of them are around $99 at the moment, so it gives you an idea of upgrade to Player Plus, and that will give you a whole ton of more benefits, so you can do that too. And then, of course, I strongly suggest you join a family. And, of course, that's probably important to join a family. On the BNB chain, you can see the syndicate's number 2, so you could join us. And then on the Pulsechain side, the BNB on the families is currently sitting at number 1. So we really are top dog over on Pulsechain. And watch the space on BNB. We're coming for that number 1 spot. So that's all we can say there. All right, let's see who else has jumped in here. We got Max Payne has posted us the recruitment. So if you want to join up to the recruitment for the syndicate, you can apply. There is a bit of an application process, not overdue, overtaxing, but join up. And that will be $100 to join. That goes to the Strengthen the Family. And of course, you get the benefit from both chains, BNB and Pulsechain, since we're on both of them. Kind of neat, isn't that? Now, our Don is so generous there. So big shout out there. All right. And you'll probably meet Max Payne over there on Telegram. Alternatively, you can join the Discord and join up through the Discord. Hit up Archie in the Discord there, the Don himself. Bob Wells in the house there. Hey, gang, quick hello before heading off to work. Hey, Bob, hope you're doing well and wish you a good day at work, that's for sure. Hope everyone is doing well. So you too, hope you're doing well as well. Max Payne says stage 11 and 12 can happen very quickly. Vault requirement and site launch. Absolutely. So looking forward to that. We might go through the stages there too. That's coming up. All right. So that's kind of some of the stuff there. Let's have a quick look at the launch phase of how the game's going to roll out. So we've got the map next, right? So we've had the marketplace. That is out now. You can buy on the secondary market, game out objects and all sorts of stuff. You've got the map coming up. That is huge. That is a big, big deal. Apparently it's going to be, it could be impressive. We're looking forward to it visually as well as, I guess, technically in the game. And it's going to have headquarters for Mafia families. So in different cities and businesses showing up and everything else like that. It's going to have different transport routes or something like that. Maybe we'll see lots of different things. Could be pretty neat. That's the Mafia map there that's coming up next. Then we've got trade ups levels at phase 7 of the pre-launch. Then we've got pre-ranking phase 8. And then we've got communication phase 9. And Kill Simulator. This is going to be big. Kill Simulator, right? And you need to have Player Plus for Kill Simulator to use that. So you're going to have to get an OG NFT and upgrade that outside of your inventory in your wallet and apply for a Player Plus. And it will burn your OG NFT. Just remember that. Yeah, there's still some on the market, as we say, about $99 or so. It's all on the market. Kill Simulator, that's going to be really important to see what kills look like. And of course, then we've got 11 and 12, as Max Payne said, could happen very, very quickly. So the vault requires 5 billion Pulse on Pulsechain and 500 BNB on BNB chain. But I'm thinking that as soon as we reach one of these chains reaches the target first, we could have them both launch at the same time. My speculation, not sure what's going to happen there, but that is the play. Now, how much have we got in the vault, of course, at the moment? 3.68 billion. So we're getting really close to that 5 billion mark. I mean, let's do the numbers on that. 3.68 divided by 5, and that would say that we're 73, almost 74% the way to the game going live, which is what, 3/4 of the way, pretty much. So we're getting there, folks. So you're still very early. You can get yourself set up real nice as a player and get those cool assets, upgrade a Player Plus, and then potentially join a family. And of course, we are open-minded in the syndicate. We really feel that being open in the game as new players come in, so they have a fair opportunity, they can start, earning some a Pulse or BNB straight out of the gates. And of course, join the strongest family. It is a fun game, right? So we're trying to have fun with it. But of course, we are out there to play to win. And of course, maybe earn a little crypto on the way. And of course, at the moment, Pulsechain's down. BNB's kind of downish, relatively speaking, but Pulsechain's down, particularly near the bottom rank. So if the Pulsechain has an uptrend, mega uptrend like we think we're going to get in the future, then man, this vault could get absolutely massive. It's already huge at just hitting over $200,000 a day, but it really could get pretty sweet, and certainly fun on the way there. What else are we going to say about that? I think that's kind of cool at the moment. So like I say, if you're new, get a player, get started, get a player, and the link to the site is pinned to the top of the chat, so you can find it at the top of the chat there. 2,000 Mafia you're going to need to get, so you need to go and buy 2,000 Mafia on the Pulsechain or 2,000 Mafia on BNB, and BNB is particularly cheap at the moment. So you could pick up 1 million BNB, million tokens. Let's see how much that is right now. We'll give it a rocket as well. Don't forget to give it a rocket on the way in. Let's do that while we're here, just to let them know that Dick Screener, that we everyone loves Dick Screener. So it's going to cost you $1,178 to get 1 million Mafia at the moment. Obviously, there's a 5% slippage with a 4.7% buy tax. So you might need to buy slightly more than that if you want to get exactly 1 million in your wallet. I know some of you guys like to get the round numbers. And of course, the same is true for Mafia. So if you wanted to get 1 million on BNB, which is only $322, it's insane over here on BNB right now to pick up that opportunity. It'd be interesting to see whether you get a whale coming in to scoop up It's going to be pretty interesting. But at the moment, $322 to pick up 1 million over there at the moment. Pretty awesome, right? So, and of course, that would get you in a pretty strong position on the BNB chain with a couple of million Mafia, for example. All right, so that's kind of the play. Yeah, get a player and then join a family. And like I say, you can join the syndicate as well. And there's the syndicate link in Telegram, and you can join in Discord. Links to Discord is in the video description there. That's kind of cool. Now, like I say, we're looking forward to some really cool stuff. In fact, I've got a few things I might read out about this. So yeah, it looks like we're not going to have the Don in the chat today. He's just a bit busy, but we'll try and get him on another show. Let me just come back up here. Let's see. I'm going to come back here. So we had some cool insights for the other day. So we're going to get there's a couple of these I can probably read out about the game. Yeah, we're looking for the map in about 2 or 3 weeks. So that's coming up. It's going to be huge stage for the pre-launch. And so you've got a couple of weeks to get yourself really set up. If you're new to the game, get yourself set up. If you're already playing the game, get yourself stronger. That's all we can say. More guns, more bullets, more of everything that you think is going to make you a really good player on the game. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of things happen coming up there. Obviously, let me see what else is coming up there. Let's just read through some of these. Some of this is private intel, so I don't want to read too much, but let's see what I can say. Yeah, you can get helper bots too. So while you're sleeping during the night when you're playing this game, you can get helper bots, and that they can automate crimes. So you can do crimes in the game. We're going to talk about that in a minute. There's going to be a huge in-game economy, so I'm going to talk about that as well. Yeah, this game is going to be huge, folks. So the team is ramping up with a huge vision for this game. So you guys are going to enjoy all the evolution of this game as well. So let's get into this syndicate. So let's get into the Wikipedia. We've got a couple of things in here. Now, there's going to be, at the moment, we've got MAFIA token, right? So we've got MAFIA token. There's only 1 billion in supply. We have the buy and sell tax on it. That's particularly to feed the vault. That feeds the vault. So the vault gets bigger because it has 3 different things feeding it, right? So it has the marketplace. You can see the blue line there is about 3% of the vault. It's got the keys you use to get in-game assets. If you win those, you could pay $20 and win a $300 asset, for example. And then, of course, the tax man from the market is also feeding the vault. That's 41%. So the actual keys and winning in-game items has been the biggest contributor to the vault, which is pretty amazing there as well. So it's kind of cool. But we're going to have 2 other trading markets external to the game. We're going to have bullets. So you're going to see markets on deck screener with bullets. And obviously, you can win bullets inside the game with NFTs at the moment. So there's going to be a market for that. We're also going to have hearts. Or health there. That's going to be huge. Obviously, if you get shot up, you're going to need some health, right? So you got that. We've also got hospitals in the as well. So there's going to be a bit of an economy around that, and you're going to be able to switch in and out of the game. Now, we don't know what the taxes are going to be like on these health and bullets, but they're probably going to have a little bit, probably maybe smaller than what we see on MAFIA, and they'll probably feed the vault. I don't know. We'll see what happens there. And of course, bullets will be in big demand if there's a lot of wars on in the game, right? Or if there's a lot of assassinations or whatever is going on, the bullets could be in demand at one point. They may not be in so much demand when there's more peaceful times. That could be the play there. Health, of course, is also, if there's more wars around, people need more health, right? So that's also, those could correlate together, those 2 items. That's kind of the play at the moment. The other thing is, obviously, in-game currency is huge. So not only can you earn MAFIA, but you can earn in-game currency, and that will be swappable into MAFIA, and you could exit the game if you want to take some profits or bring MAFIA in and reinvest in the game if you want to get more in-game currency to go buy stuff in-game. So there's going to be lots of stuff in-game currency. So with the play to earn. So you can be able to purchase shop items like guns and armored cars and things like that. Purchase bullets, which you're going to need a lot of bullets to try and kill somebody. Killing is not going to be as easy as some people think. Of course, we're going to have a kill simulator if you've got Player Plus upgrade. Remember, Player Plus upgrade, you need OG NFT to upgrade to that. Earn bank interest, of course, with the currency. So you could have in-game currency, earn interest in the bank on that currency, and then take some of those profits out back in the MAFIA out through the game. Remember, there's only 1 billion MAFIA. It's not going anywhere, right? So the supply is pretty crazy. You can bribe yourself out of jail with money. So there's lots of cool things like that. Purchase street market items, purchase detectors, pay for safe houses. Some of you might need those. Who knows? But those kind of play there. Pretty awesome. It's also got the inflation impact as well. So there's a whole economy inside this game that will breathe with the life of the game, right? So the more activity, the more it will breathe and create opportunities for people to make some good little incomes there as well. So I think passive income for some people, there's definitely opportunities there. Kind of cool. I'm going to scroll down some of this. Like I say, there's going to be the marketplaces. They're going to be pretty important, right? So are you in need of cash? You can auction or sell the following in-game assets on peer-to-peer street markets: cars, bodyguards, witness statements, bullet packs, shop items, business objects, of course. And we already have that marketplace up and running, which is pretty cool. This is what I call a secondary market, right? The crates or the keys here give you a chance of winning in a primary market. That's kind of when they first get born, and you can get some of those. And then once you get them, you can sell them on the market, on the secondary market there. And the cool thing about secondary market is you can click on an item. So maybe I want to get a level 8 Johnny, which is a bodyguard, and I can jump on there. It's got a price chart, so you have a good idea of what the prices have been on the market, whether you're buying high or low at a particular point in time. You get the number of items in supply, and you get the active listings. These are 2 active listings for level 8 Johnnies at the moment. You can see the past completed sales as well as expired sales there as well. So it's got all the data you need to understand this particular object, game asset in the game, and buy and sell it, right? So it's kind of cool. So this sort of stuff at the market at the moment in terms of play to win or play to earn, as we say. What else we got there? Obviously, joining families is a really, really big deal because it increases the family worth. So family and individual players, they play together and boost the family. So the stronger the individuals are, the stronger the family is. And of course, that boosts everything in the family there, from HQ sizes to bank interest rates, everything else as well. So that is a big, big deal. Let's see what else we got there. Player Plus is probably the biggest update we've had post stage 5. You can activate Player Plus for 90 days with an OG NFT. So if you haven't got one of those, you will have to buy one. You can go to the marketplace and you can see a couple of them on sale here. See that? You can click on one, and it will show you all the ones that are currently active listed at the moment. So there is quite a few at the moment. These are actually relatively rare, but there's a lot on the market at the moment. So it is a boom time at the moment to pick up some nice, pretty well priced. You can see the prices of these were all the way up at around $250, but you can get them now for $100 or just below $100, so $90 to $100 at the moment, and you can pick up one of these. So that's actually really good in terms of upgrading your player to Player Plus right now. A lot of people upgraded during the high prices, so you're actually getting a pretty good deal doing it now. Isn't that neat? That's pretty cool. And you can speculate on them too. There's actually not that many in left. So I think there was 1,600, 1,700. Now there's only 594 left. So you do the math. You do the math on that. So there we go. That is it on that one. So you got Player Plus. You get so many benefits for Player Plus. Also, you help the family as well. When the family gets over 50%, they get Family Plus. But with Player Plus, you get 10% worth increase on your inventory. Real big deal on your player wealth as well. Monthly key claims, you get 2 keys a month. So you only get 6 keys over the 90 days. And with the keys, of course, you can go to the crates and you can use your key and you can open up some of these other game assets. You might get something that's worth hundreds of dollars. You just never know your luck there, like winning MAFIA or only NFTs or something really expensive in any of these categories. So there's lots of opportunity there. You get unlimited page clicks. That's really important because you kind of got a maximum of 10 per minute. And the reason for that is because of server space, right? So that's pretty much it. AI generated avatar, you get that as well. And they're pretty cool. I'll just go have a look at, I think we've got a good one here. Let's go look at the syndicate, and I think we've got one down the bottom here, if I remember rightly. I think it's in this family. Have we got one? Just trying to see whether it's, yeah, maybe it's in another family actually. Is it Carlo? I think it's Carlo. This is kind of the popular one that people like. So this is the animation here. So you get what is it? AI animated video avatar, and it kind of looks like this. Check this out. Is that badass or what? That's a particularly good one at the club. So kind of cool. Don't trust Carlo though. He'll probably kill you. He's in our family. Don't worry. He understands. All right. So we're going to finish off this poll. We got 23 votes. Let's see what the poll is at the moment. Let's end that and see how we're going. So are you playing this epic Mafia game on Pulsechain and on BNB? We got 23 votes. So big shout out to everybody for voting. Yes, playing on Pulsechain. Let's go. 39%. Yes, playing on both chains. Moon. 39%. And thinking about playing or as I was saying before I put it in there, that was what it's supposed to be, but it's like we got Anyway, 21%. Yes, playing on BNB, bam, bam. No one on there except for the people playing with both chains. They're obviously playing on BNB. So that's a pretty awesome results there. Yeah, those thinking about playing, definitely jump on board. Definitely something worth fun to do. And of course, like you say, you get the chance to join the syndicate. If you get accepted, you start winning straight away from there, don't you? Max Payne says 50 ways to earn in the game. Absolutely. There's going to be more ways to earn in the game. So obviously we highlighted some. There's the vault. If you're in a family, you get access to a top family that's getting paid the vault. Not all families are getting paid the vault. 10% of the vault every week is going to the family on both chains. So 10% of this value. And of course, if this value grows, which we're expecting to grow, then that's going to the families. As you can see in the top 5 families, the top family is getting 30% of the 10% per week, and the bottom family 10%. Then there's special places, spot number 6, 7, and 8 for the families. They get conditional payouts of 5%, and that assumes, as I understand it, that the following the first week, if the vault grows bigger, then they get a share of that addition. So that's kind of the idea there. The other way, of course, is playing is that, of course, you can buy crates for $20 and you may win something that's worth hundreds of dollars. So there we go. And of course, on the secondary market, the third way that it's at least at the moment is buying and selling on the market. You buy low, sell high kind of idea. So you have to get a good feel of the market to make that successful, but that's kind of the idea. And then, of course, coming up in the future when the game launches, we're going to have in-game currencies, right? This will depend on the Don, how generous the Don is. But as you get promoted through the game, there are promotion levels. You will be able to get access to some of this promotion money. So you can see everybody at the moment starts off as a nobody, but you can climb the ranks from errand boy all the way up to soldier, mobster, all the way up to hitman, assassin, all the way up to capo, bastone. And of course, in our family, we pay for that too, right? So you're very generous, Don, archers, all the way from 5,000 for the bottom roll, all the way up to 5 million for the top roll there. And that comes out of the bank vault, of course, and we have a pretty healthy bank vault there. So kind of cool. And that is it. You get paid. And of course, that money is swappable for Mafia, and you can exit the game with it, pay some bills or something like that. I don't know. But there's going to be this in economy, out economy. It's going to be open, and it's going to be pretty fun to see. All right. So that's some of the cool stuff at the moment. Also in the family, even though we get the syndicate gets paid 30% of the 10% of the vault every week, the actual allocation depends on the Don. And so the family share is very important. So when you're looking at a family, you want to have a high share. At the moment, as I understand it, the syndicate has got the highest share. Family share is 50%. And that means 50% of that 10% every week will go to the family. And all the family members earn Pulse or BNB on the BNB chain. And of course, if you're in the syndicate, you earn on both chains if you've got players on both chains. And of course, you get all the Pulse. You can see one earning Pulse there from the vaults. So big shout out there. The higher in promotions, the more assets you get, the more worth you get, the more of the Pulse payout you'll get. Makes sense, right? And of course, sometimes families can have certain other benefits as well. I'm not going to talk too much about that, but that's definitely in the game as also. Now, in the future, there's going to be lots of new economy, so we're going to talk about that as well. It's probably well worth talking about. But anyway, there's lots more benefits in here. You can see hidden inventory option. Lots of cool things here. You can use the kill simulator. Remember, the kill simulator is coming up later in the game. It's what is it? Stage 10, pre-launch stage 10 there, kill simulator. So you need Player Plus for that. Lots of cool benefits in there. Let's jump down a bit further here. We're not going to talk about game assets today, but that's the playing part. We might separate that out on another live stream. Now, the vault, of course, we've talked about that, pretty awesome. That's going to be pretty fun. Now, pulp payouts 10 to 12%, obviously with the other families in there. It gets all the accumulated tax and the payout specifications as well. 10% of the vault every 10 days, and it's at UTC time. That's when the vaults get payout, and you can see the payouts there that I just went through. And then, of course, we're going to get to the other things in the game. Now, business assets will play a big role in the economy as well. They will have, being out like bullets. Factories will get bullets and things like that. Shops will be able to sell a lot of those things that are on the crates. Will probably end up in the shop, and so people will be able to buy and sell in the shop. So people that own shops will be able to earn money, stuff like that. So there's a lot of the economy. Banks, of course, pay interest. So there'll be banks people will deposit. I guess you get bank interest, stuff like that. And then, of course, there's the game economy overall. So playing to earn is going to be really huge in this game. You can see all the assets. Everything is kind of tradable. Everything is earning kind of a yield. and you can go in and out of the game. It's pretty awesome like that. The deposit, of course, withdrawal, people will be able to do MAFIA, and like I say, in the future, we'll have bullets and health. So those NFTs at the moment in the markets could be worth worth a lot with the bullets and health. So it's going to be pretty cool, and they're converted to MAFIA upon deposit. So pretty big, awesome stuff there. There'll be lots of ratios between the conversions. They will go up and down with the market supply and demand. So it's all in the game. Going to be pretty cool. You can see some examples in these games. Obviously, these are just examples here at the moment. And 10% will go to feed the vault, right? So these conversions, this is a new form of making money. This is going to be a major part of the game, making money, and it's not even here yet, coming up in the future. So that is part of the game, and you'll be able to earn, that will also feed the vault, which is pretty cool. More ways to feed the vault, we like that, and more ways to earn, we like that too. There's going to be a central bank as well. Central bank of protocol is responsible for minting new cash. So the central bank keeps track of all deposited MAFIA tokens and all the available cash issued in the protocol. So there'll be a ratio between those, arguably, and a supply and demand. As people demand more in-game cash, it's going to become more valuable relative to MAFIA, and vice versa, I guess, is the way it will go. So kind of cool. That is that. So, and of course, it's on both chains, right? BNB, and it's on Pulsechain. So pretty cool. And the distribution's pretty, there's only 1 billion tokens on both chains. And you could see in the prices, they've got different markets operating as well. Now, if you're going to get Player Plus, I said you're going to need to upgrade OG NFTs. So you need to get one of these. And at the moment, if you haven't got one, you can buy them on the market, as I say, to upgrade to Player Plus. And you just have to have them in your wallet. So if you were in the crate page, for example, if you had if you had a OG NFT over here, you just click on it and then just say, please upgrade me to Player Plus. That's going to burn your NFT, so it's going to, you can say goodbye to it, but you're going to get all the benefits for 90 days, like 2 keys a month and all those other benefits we read out earlier as well on Player Plus, which is pretty cool. So that's some of the cool things happening at the moment. Definitely read the wiki and get into a family. I think those are two big clues there. This game is only ramping up, folks, only ramping up. And like I say, you got to check out all the in-game assets that there are. So MAFIA game, or the ranks. And ranks are going to be really important. The way you can rank up in the game if you're playing is you can perform crimes, you can steal cars, you can make successful smuggles, you can do heist and organized crime, you can travel, car races, killing other users, of course. Pretty exciting. So there's lots of different options you can do in terms of crimes. Now, there's another crime category down here. There's the most funniest one, of course, is rob a kindergarten. But be careful. Apparently, those kindergarten kids are jacked. Yeah, you got a 50% chance of success. Those kids running around those kindergartens are not to be messed with. So make sure that you're loaded up there. All right, remember, it's just a game, But we're going to have fun here as well. You can rob a hot dog stand as well. So if you like hot dog stands, I know you might be hungry during a hot day or a cold day, and you can pick up that 35% chance of success, though. So there we go. But you got some big gain offers there as well. Bribe the local police. That could get you in trouble. So just be careful out there. Steal cars, lots of cool things like that. So there's lots of crimes you can do in the game to rank yourself up, right? And if you rank yourself up, you're going to be able to climb through all the ranks. Like I say, everybody starts off as a nobody at the moment. This won't kick off until we reach the game go live, which is phase 12. And there, you can climb the ranks there. And as you climb the ranks, it's also going to open up new crimes that you're able to do or commit. So that's pretty cool. Like heists are available when you reach the soldier level. And of course, if you've got a cool Don, they'll be paying you in-game money too for ranking up. So you do the crime and you get paid. You get paid. That's what I'm saying. It's a play to earn. And so if you've got a generous Don, you're going to earn in-game currency as well. So don't just think about MAFIA, but think about in-game currency. Think about the 2 new markets that are coming. Bullets and hearts are coming as well. They'll be tradable in the outside world on Deck Screener, just like MAFIA is. So you got all that opportunity. There are so many things you can do in this game, and there's more coming down the list as well. So kind of cool. There's lots of stuff to learn, so you can read all about that. And of course, you can read about your user profile and all the details coming there as well. Now, talking about that, we do have 2 upgrades coming shortly before the map comes out. And those 2 are going to be, they're working on the inventory hidden feature, which is part of the Player Plus. So that's coming up, and also customer descriptions for the game. So those are going to be some of the next near-term releases. Those are the things that we're expecting in the future. Going to be kind of cool. And then, of course, a lot of other things that they're working on before the map launches in 2 to 3 weeks approximately. So those are some of the exciting things coming up. I hope you guys enjoyed that coverage of MAFIA. really is going to be the ultimate play-to-earn game on Pulsechain and BNB. Could go really viral. We're going to see. It's certainly ramping up. That prize pool getting bigger. The bigger it gets, the more people will get attracted to it, and for good reason. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Wookie says Wookie can send you bullets. Well, they will be sent fast post. It says Wookie. Well, they're going to be expensive, so you might want to keep them yourself. But I'll take some. I'll take some. K Hudson says, "Let's go, Mafia." Absolutely, K Hudson. I think it's exciting. Looking forward to it. It's going to be full on. Now, apparently, the first week there may be not so much. We're not sure if there'll be a lot of killing or not because people want to get paid. So we're going to see what that looks like in the first week when the game launches. Mafia is a great way to onboard gamer newbies into crypto. Yeah, if you know people that love playing games and they're not in crypto, but they want to play to earn, then get them in on Mafia here. It's a great place to be. You think crypto can be second, but then get in and play the game. Just definitely spread the word to people that love playing games. And of course, this could be really, really big for Pulsechain. Now, obviously, all the transactions on the Mafia adding to the number of transactions on Pulsechain at the moment. So it's been really useful for that contribution as well. So it really does offer a lot. All right, so I think we're going to finish there. Like I say, the Mafia at the moment, amazing opportunity coming up, just ramping up all the time. Hit $200,000 today, $203,000 today. First time over 200,000 combined Mafia vaults. So it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. We've still got, 6 phases, let's say, until we launch phase 12. We're currently on phase 5 plus, as I call it. And of course, phase 6 is going to have the maps coming up. It's going to be fun to see that. Maps are going to possibly really, really ramp up the game. It's going to be so good. It's going to change strategies that people are doing probably. Yeah, it's going to be fun to see that. All right, so that is Mafia on Pulsechain. That is Mafia on BNB. That is Mafia. The link is in the top of the chat there. 2,000 Mafia to start a player, click a player there, and then join a family. That's the way to go about that. Then, of course, you can get some assets with keys. Buy some keys for $20 and randomly get a random chance of getting one of these cool prizes. Some of the premium categories are Mafia OG NFTs and keys. And of course, if you can also buy on the secondary market with all the different items in the game, get yourself some guns, some bullets, some bodyguards, things like that. That is the play. And of course, you can check out my listings on the right-hand side that will give you all the details of your listings. And of course, you're ready to go. Read the wiki and game on, right? Game on. All right, I think that's enough. I think we've done it. I think we've gone through it all. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. We're going to probably leave it there. And I'll see you guys next time tomorrow for another day covering the markets, Pulsechain, and of course, Mafia as well. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I probably got another video coming out later today. So look forward to that. That's going to be not a live stream, but a video. So keep a lookout for that. Anyway, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, see you in Discord, and bang, 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 as we say. Bye for now. Catch ya. See ya.